Dorian Electra is a bubblegum bass future pop electro pop artist, and this is their debut album Flamboyant, which sums up the album better than any other word could possibly sum it up with. This is a very sassy, balls to the wall, just no shits given pop album where Dorian Electra just manages to just not give a shit about the world. They'll make a song about wearing guyliner because why the fuck not? And they make it sound cool as fuck. There is production from PC Music people on this album, so you're getting that very similar sounding production that you would maybe hear on a Girlfriend of the Year album or mixtape or a Sophie album. You may be reminded of Charlie XCX's Pop 2 on this album too, with the production here. But not only that, but Dorian Electra actually did feature on the track Fembot as well. And without being too boring and just describing all the sounds that you hear on this album, I think that pretty much sums up the kind of music you're getting here. But honestly, I think I'm kind of warming up to this style in general anyway, because at the time when it first started getting quite popular, I wasn't really into albums like Product. I'm still not really that into Pop 2, even though I did like it when it dropped, but I do feel like as time's gone by, it's just kind of fading for me a little bit. And with that 1000 Gex album that came out earlier in the year, I just feel like I'm being lured in by this very eclectic mix of strange, sugary, bouncy pop music. Because in a lot of ways, an album like this, it does feel very much counterculture to what you're hearing in the pop music world these days, even though this at times is incredibly accessible. There are some really well crafted songs here. Not only that, but in regards to the counterculture comment I mentioned as well, you're getting tracks like Adam and Steve. Like I say, the confidence and the sass that Dorian Electra just comes through with to just kind of just shit on the idea that, you know, like it can't be Adam and Steve. Like it's impressive that they're just able to do this and not really care. They're also very upfront about their sexual desires. Oh my god, sexual desires, oh my god. On the track Emasculate, where they're just going into quite descriptive detail about what they want this other person to do to them. And surprisingly, it's actually one of the more straightforward sounding pop songs here. It's quite sensual at points. I do think the manipulation on the vocals does kind of pull away from it a little bit. Actually, throughout the album, there are some moments that just feel a bit too shrieky and shrill. And that's the thing, because when they come through, it just sounds a bit annoying, but when they're not there, Dorian Electra just comes through with some excellent performances, like I say, with so much confidence and sass and personality and charisma. It just makes me kind of wonder why there are just these, like, really ridiculously shrill, high-pitched moments that really frustrate my ears. Or if they're not doing that, they're just taken away from Dorian Electra as a performer, and it just feels a bit of a waste. It's not the whole way through the album, of course, though, but I guess it is part of the aesthetic and it's part of the style, so you kind of have to just get used to it, but it does ruin it occasionally on here. The absolute best track on the album here, though, is Flamboyant, the title track. Christ, this is just a Clarence Clarity jam, man. It's got me written all over it, man, especially with the Clarence Clarity comparison I just made there. Some of you may remember how much I really like that album, and still do really like that album that came out last year. But it just totally reminds me of some of the production choices that Clarence made on that album, and similarly here, it just has that same colourful vibrancy while also being catchy as fuck. It is catchy as fuck. Very over the top on the chorus. It's very cinematic as well, this track. It is pretty fantastic. And overall, I do really like this. I think this is a lot of fun. I find Dorian Electra's approach to this sound just very on point. Even if there are a few moments here that like I said, I do drag away from it a little bit. The closing track could have been better too, but this is a very solid debut album. Gonna go 7 out of 10. I think this is really good. Thank you for watching my review. If you like this album as well, let me know what you think. Definitely got a promising future, I think, here. And like I say, there's some fantastic tracks throughout the album that I think are just really, really fun jams that I think I'll play throughout the year, just at any point, just to have that sugar rush, you know. Thanks for watching my review. Have a good day. Goodbye. Let me know what you think of the album. Goodbye.